Right, well today guys, I just came back from court, from my local courthouse, right? About 10 months ago, they reckon that I was using my mobile phone while driving my car in New South Wales, Australia. I was like, bullshit! There's no goddamn way it was me doing that. So I went to court. I didn't want to pay the fine. So I took it to court. I thought, stuff this. The big guys always are shitting on the little guys. I'm the little guy, obviously, except I am tall boy Gareth, but forget about that. I'm the little guy, right? I was like, I want to take this to court because I've had enough. As everyone should do, especially if you knew it wasn't you doing something illegal, right? Now, I've got photos that I'll quickly show you right now. These are the photos of them alleging that I'm holding a mobile phone in my hand. I'm going to get to that in a second. I'm going to tell you my court story. I'm going to tell you how the judge was honestly rude to me, just stuck up, and needs to be trained more. So yeah, I've got a few things to tell you guys. So once again, look, where I live, Sydney, New South Wales, it has a specific road rule legislation. I will be talking about this legislation in a second. So if you're from a different state of Australia, or obviously somewhere else around the world, then the legislation I'm about to show you is not going to be for you, obviously, but your country or state or region may have its own similar thing, so you need to look it up. All right, guys, if that sounds exciting, oh, wow, we're making 4 videos a week. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday on this channel. I don't even know when I make videos anymore, but anyway, come and join us if you want, okay? So, this is what this looks like. This son of a bitch of a machine captures rips people off financially. Let's just call it for how it is. This machine is towed by a vehicle on the tow bar. And the people in charge, they bring it to these highways, these road places, and there's the cars coming, right? And they stick the pole up. It's solar powered, so it works during the day and night, right? And they stick the pole up in the air, and then this camera basically takes photos of you in your car, everyone in their car or truck, right? And if they reckon that they've got a photo of you holding your phone, I mean, well, it's illegal here, so they give you a fine, right? Fuck you guys. This is my story right now. So there are 2 different photos like this that are both zoomed out, completely zoomed out. This is just, I'm only showing you the first zoomed out photo because the second zoomed out photo shows you my number plate, all right? Now, these are the actual 2 photos that are both zoomed in. So these are 2 different photos that are zoomed in, right? Now, there is evidence in both of these photos that I'm going to talk about right now. You won't see it at first. You won't see it at first. But what you are seeing, and you're probably thinking to yourself, come on, Gareth, that looks like a mobile phone in your hand. Well, fuck you, all right? It may be and it might not be all at the same time. Now, I'm going to show you a legal loophole for my New South Wales people. All right? What do you guys reckon? Let's talk about this right now. So, in New South Wales, Australia, there is the rule 300, could be -4, or it could be no 4. It's either got 4 after the 300 or there is no 4. We understand each other? Okay. So basically it's rule 300, maybe 4. Road rules, New South Wales. Now these road rules, they allow you, in a way, to have a mobile phone in your hand if you're caught with a mobile phone in your hand. In a way. Let me tell you this way right now. Holding the body of the phone in her or his hand, whether or not engaged in a phone call, that's illegal. If you hold the phone in your hand, whether you're talking on the phone or not, it's illegal. But, huge but, except while in the process of giving the body of the phone to a passenger in the vehicle. And that's exactly what I was goddamn doing. Let's have a look, shall we? Okay. These two images right here, my partner is sitting next to me in the car. She's sitting in the car next to me. She's been blurred out by the facial recognition software or whatever. I don't know what it is. The arseholes, let's just say for what it is. The arseholes have blurred her out, okay? Thankfully, though, we're keeping her out of the situation, right? Back to this camera angle. So that's her sitting next to me. That's her sitting next to me. So in these two photos, you can see me holding something, potentially a phone, maybe not a phone, but regardless, if you look at these two different shots, my hand is moving down towards her. I was in the process of giving this thing to my partner. Now, this is the part that's going to shock you. The road that I was driving on was a freeway that had 110 kilometers per hour sign. All right, I don't know what that is in miles. Let's quickly work it out right now. 110 kilometers per hour in miles. Whoop. 110 kilometers per hour in miles. 68.35 miles per hour. So I'm going fast. Mind you, I could have been doing even 5 over or something, all right? All right, I could have been. So the car is moving underneath this thing very, very quickly. So the amount of time that those two photos would have been between each other would have been very quick. It would have been like, this is the car, and this is my hand, the camera. You know, those two photos. Okay, it would have been really quick. Quick succession between each other. My hand is moving very fast between those two photos. My hand's up here. You could say, if it was a phone, you could say I'm looking at my phone. I wasn't looking at my phone. I don't know what it is, but I don't use my phone when I drive, okay? I'm a rule breaker. I love to break the rules, but I don't break the law. The laws are at next stage, okay? You don't want to break the laws. That's just getting you into trouble. Become a rule breaker, not a whatever I said before, okay? Don't break the laws, that's the one. Okay, so my hand is moving very fast, 110 kilometers per hour fast, going sideways between those two photos. You can see the amount of movement in those two shots, right? So I thought I had a case. I took this to court, and I was basically saying that law right here, wrong camera angle, and yeah, I didn't win. I took this to court and I didn't win, but in a way I did win. Because the fine that I would have had to have paid, $350, I know it's not much, right? $350 was reduced by 100. So it was $250 I had to pay. So I'm going to tell you now a little story that happened in this courtroom. And yeah, the judge, I mean, I'm not going to give any names away, but the judge was not nice, in my opinion. The judge was just pompous, stuck up, didn't want to listen to what I would say. I'm sure it does the same thing to other people, you know, cuts people off, talks in front of them, has a demeaning behavior. I mean, people like this, judges like this, police officers like this, in my opinion, need to be retrained because it intimidates people that aren't, you know, aware of laws, people that are forced to come to court because of something they either did do or didn't do. I mean, regardless whether you're innocent or guilty, going to court is a fucking daunting task, right? Going to court and having to, you know, defend yourself, because that's what I did, right? I went to court and defended myself. I didn't use a lawyer. I didn't want to spend money on a lawyer when the fine was only $350. And, you know, I'm pretty good speaking. You know, here I am speaking to you guys every, you know, four videos a week kind of thing. So I thought, look, I'm going to, you know, it's not my first rodeo, all right? I've been to court defending myself a few times, okay? So I thought I'd go to the court and, you know, no lawyers, okay? So I lost, but I still won. $100 off my fine. This is my story right now. So where do I start? Well, go to my local courthouse and like I said, the judge is just not having anything that he doesn't want to have anything to do with, like, right? So, condescending, that kind of behavior, right? So anyway, this is the story. This is how this fine took place. Every week I pick up, this is basically what I said to the judge now, okay? Starting from now. Right, I'm in the witness box. Now, as well, hang on, I'm in the witness box. They've sent me to the witness box next to the judge, did an oath kind of thing, and there's people watching me in the audience. Yeah, so it's daunting, right? That's why people need to be nicer. The judges need to be nicer. Anyway, so, hello, Your Honor. Hi, how's it going? Sit down. Yep. So, I take my girlfriend, my partner, to pick up her son from her ex-husband's house once a week, roughly, okay? It's about an hour there and an hour coming back from where I live. Almost a 2-hour trip, almost. Every now and then, we go to 7-Eleven, we get some chips and sandwiches and drinks and chocolates, and we get them for the road trip. For when he gets in the car, we spread it out between us. Sometimes we do that, right? This particular time we did this. This is what I'm telling you, okay? I usually put these objects in my side door, in the door pocket of the door next to my legs. Not in between us, but in the side thing. I even put my phone in there. I told him this as well. Now, while I'm saying this story, he's constantly cutting me off, constantly talking over me, not really allowing me to get my story across. And in fact, for the longest time, he was asking me questions, individual questions that weren't really me getting to my story, right? I literally said to him, look, as nice as I can, right? Because he's the one determining my fate, right? I basically said, look, I need to tell you a story because this story will allow you to understand what's in front of you. This so-called evidence that the judge is seeing, he already thinks this looks like a phone, right? He's made it quite clear you should go to talk to a lawyer right now, before you start, kind of thing. I said, no, fine. So I wanted to tell a story, and this was the beginning of the story. He literally cut me off and said, look, the stories are irrelevant, kind of thing. That's kind of what he said, right? The stories are irrelevant. And I'm looking at him like, because I'm sitting next to him, like, come on, man. I'm already fucking nervous sitting here, as everyone would, right? People watching. I'm getting judged by this man who's going to determine my fate. Obviously, I'm not going to go to jail, obviously, thankfully not, but I'm going to get fined potentially. And I, did, but less so, right? He basically said to me again, look, I think you need to go out the courtroom right now and go speak to a lawyer. Second time he told me this. And I I knew he was going to say that because he said it the first time kind of thing, right? And I said to him, to please him. I don't want to be like him, verbally, mentally aggressive. I don't want to be like, nope, I'm fine. I'm good just how I am. I said, okay. Red in the face, really pissed off. Like, oh, okay, fuck, all right. I literally picked up my piece of paper. I had a piece of paper with information written on it. And as he was talking to me, I picked it up slowly, looked at it, pointed at it, and looked at him as he was talking, because I literally haven't finished. I want to tell my fucking side of the story. He thinks I'm telling a movie script, like, 1,000-page long script. I mean, my whole story would have consisted of 4 minutes, 5 minutes, okay? Honestly, probably 4 minutes. Yeah, five's too long, okay? So basically I said, all right, I'll go out there and talk to a lawyer, free lawyer. They came out immediately and talked to you. All right, so I quickly talked to her, told her my side of the story. I even said to her, look, the judge isn't listening to me. He's talking over me. How am I supposed to do this properly? I told her that, yes, it could be a phone. I don't believe it is. But whatever the object is, I was picking it up from the side of my car and giving it to my partner. One of the objects could have been food, drinks. I mean, it doesn't look like a drink, but it could have been a chocolate bar. Whatever it was, even my phone, like I said, it goes in the side of my car compartment in the door, right? Whatever it was, I was passing it to my partner. And she said to me, okay, well, all right, give it a go if that's what you want to do. I think I kind of shocked her. I think even she was like, when she started talking to me, the free lawyer woman, she's like, I think you should just plead guilty, kind of thing. And once I told her the story, she's kind of like, okay, well, all right. So she took me back in the court, and she said to the judge, yes, he wants to continue. So I continued back up to the court, up to the witness box, and hello, Your Honor, again. This time I didn't say this, but I should have said this time. If you could shut up, that'd be great. All right, so I can get my story across. I'm a little nervous here, as anyone sitting in the seat would be. I didn't say this, obviously, but I should have. They need to understand that they're intimidating the witnesses. They're intimidating the person in the stand, right? Obviously, I do this kind of thing all the time. I talk publicly kind of thing, so I'm a bit better than the average person, right? So anyway, I go on with my story. This time I get to the part, like I said to the free lawyer, I said, look, we get the things from 7-Eleven, the shop. We get something to eat, something to drink. I put them in the side of my door, and this is the part where I first told him now, because I was able to, because this time he's kind of being quiet now, listening to me. I then passed these objects over to my partner, and now he's listening. Right? Wouldn't listen to me before, but now he's listening to me now. Right? Fucking terrible. But anyway, I said I was passing it to my partner and her son. Okay. Now I said, if you think this looks like a phone, it doesn't matter. I didn't say that. It doesn't matter, but I said something like it. I basically said the Rule 300 Road Rules New South Wales allows me. I didn't say this. It allows me to get away with it, but words to the effect, right? It allows me to get away with this because I was not using my phone. I was giving my phone to my partner, and I said this to him. I said, look at these photos. I lifted them both up. All right, I lifted these two photos up, and I said, here. I was talking nice and clear and slowly, a little pitchy voiced because I was nervous, but there you go. This one's first, Your Honor, and this one's second. In these two shots, you can see that my hand is moving pretty fast between those two photos that are taken at 110 kilometers per hour. The object in my hand, whether it be sweets or whatever, or a phone, I was passing it to my partner. So if you do believe it was a mobile phone, well, there you go. There's the road rules right there. All right? That's what it says. Blah, blah, blah. After I was let back in the courtroom the second time, after speaking to that free lawyer, he kept quiet a lot more. A lot more. I don't think he realized how prepared I was. He was so much quieter than before. Talking over me, just pompous. Is that the right word? Just, arrogant. Wouldn't let me talk, wouldn't let me say my speech. It's terrible. Judges and police officers that do this, especially judges, they need to be retrained. Retrained. Like I said, people that are going to court for either a crime they did commit or didn't commit, it doesn't matter. You get nervous, right? You stuff up, especially if you're representing yourself. Obviously if you're representing yourself, right? It's terrible. They should be very nice. They should be, calm and listening to you. But they're not. This is... if I was representing myself like Ted Bundy did for all the murders he did, if I was representing myself for murder that I did kind of thing, fuck, this is my life. This guy's potentially going to sentence me to jail for my whole life, right? He's making me feel this way and constantly interrupting me. It's terrible. Obviously, the crime isn't that bad, thankfully. But, it's still a fine I'm going to get, right? He's stuffing my situation up, right? So anyway, he said, okay, you can go back down now to the microphone. So I went back down to the microphone. And one thing I didn't say, but the New South Wales people, the opposition lawyer was there basically questioning me on the stand just before I got down. He's trying to trip me up. So you agree that is a mobile phone? No. And he said it in another way. So it was a mobile phone, the opposition lawyer. Right, in front of me and the judge, right? No. So, Anyway, so once I'm down, back to the microphone, next to the opposition lawyer, he then takes a bit of time to think about what he's going to say to me. And I thought to myself, well, shit, you might let me off here. I was expecting to be let off to begin with, but all right. He might actually let me off here. He was very calm. And after my second visit to the court, right, he basically said, no, I'm going to side with the New South Wales court lawyer. It looks like a mobile phone. It was a mobile phone. It looks like definitely a mobile phone. And as a result, I'm fining you. All right, that's basically, to summarize what he said, as what he said, right? And I'm standing there thinking, fuck! Fuck! You know, bastard! How dare he say this? I mean, this is my money. You are sentencing me for something that, in my opinion, I didn't do. Now, obviously, I understand that people go to court all the time and lie, and people say this and that, and, you know, obviously, if you're going there for murder, I mean, you're not going to say I fucking murdered someone, obviously. I understand that, but me, I wasn't using my fucking phone. It could have been a phone. It could very well have been a phone, okay? But it doesn't matter, because these photos clearly fucking show that I was moving my hand quite aggressively, this angle, down to my partner at 110 kilometers per hour. This isn't a static hand in the same area while we go chick, chick. This is chick, 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 chick. We get what I'm trying to say? I'm going to stop now. But there you go. That's my that's what happened to me. It was a $350 fine reduced to $250. Basically, once they sentence you, they ask, "Are you working?" If you say yes, because you are working, I'm guessing, then they fine you more. I said no because I currently am out of a job at the moment, and because of that, I got my original fine of $350 reduced down to $250. So there you go. Are you in a similar situation? Has this ever happened to you? Are you currently in the situation right now? Let me know in the comments down below. We're on both of these channels. The one right now, number 2. But of course, number 1, we make travel films all around the world. I hope you guys like the video. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, @TallBoyGareth. This video cost me $250. It may not be up to Mr. Beast standards, but hey. Where's that thing? Hang on. Oh, where is it? If I don't find this, this is going to really suck. There we go. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Oh, Thursday. See ya.